Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Thank you, Evan. Today's guest is Hale Boggs, partner at Manatt, Phelps, and Phillips, LLP, and founder of the firm's Palo Alto office. Hale has been hailed as member of the best lawyers in America since 2000. Please welcome to Greater Good Radio, Hale Boggs. Welcome to our show, Hale.
Thank you very much.
So how long have you been an attorney?
Too long. No, just kidding. I've been an attorney since 1986, 20 years now.
Okay, and so how long were you working with Manatt before you started the Palo Alto office?
I came over to Manatt from another firm in 1990 and was in the headquarters office, which is Los Angeles, and spent from 90 to about 97 there full time, and then started thinking about opening our Palo Alto office, which ultimately happened in 1998.
Where are you guys located out of your main headquarters?
Main headquarters is L.A., West Los Angeles, and then we have the Palo Alto office, Washington, D.C., New York City, Orange County, Sacramento, and Albany, New York.
Okay.
So when you opened the Palo Alto office, how many other offices were open at that time?
Let's see. We had D.C. and our headquarters office, and I guess we had the Sacramento office. That's all.
What
so
do you
it was
guys,
one of the early ones.
What do you guys specialize in? What kind of field?
We're a general practice firm, but I would say our focus is in certain industries, particularly the technology industry, which I involve myself in. We do a lot of work in financial services, entertainment, our LA base, and the healthcare industry.
Okay. And what brings you to Hawaii?
Well, several things. The weather's good, but I try to get over here about 3 or 4 times a year. I'm a member of an organization here called HiBEAM, which you're probably familiar with, and I'm on their board of advisors, and so I try to get over and meet with some of those folks. I'm having lunch tomorrow with their new executive director. And I also try to get over to see some of the companies that we do a little bit of work with over in the mainland.
Are you able to share with us in your practice maybe some of the larger companies that you've been able to work with in the high-tech field that have had great success?
Well, I do a lot of work with Silicon Valley Bank, which is probably the premier financial services company for startup companies over in California. I also do work in terms of companies. I do some work with Oracle, do a little bit of work with Providian Financial, lots of other ones.
When you decided to open your Palo Alto office, what spurred that idea? Why in Palo Alto?
Well, lots of things. I'd gone to Stanford as an undergraduate, and so I always sort of liked the area. This was sort of mid to late 90s when things were, you could just get a sense that things were kind of getting ready to really take off there. And quite frankly, I'd been practicing law at that point for 10 or 11 years and was just kind of feeling a little bit like I needed to do something different. So, I talked to the management at my firm at that point and kind of came up with the idea of doing something up there, and they said, go for it, do a business plan, and tell us what you think the office would do and who some of the clients might be, and if we like it, we'll let you get going. And so I did.
And what was that experience like? You're an attorney, and then now you're almost like opening your own business.
Yeah, well, it was quite different. It was kind of the best of both worlds, though, because I had this large company behind me, so it wasn't like I was quite hanging out there like a lot of entrepreneurs are. But at the same time, it was just me and one associate at that time. And initially we were, working out of an apartment before we found space. So it was kind of exciting.
What did you learn from the entrepreneurs that you've worked with that helped you with opening your guys' office in Palo Alto?
One of the key things that made me feel good about it, I mentioned that I'd done a lot of work with Silicon Valley Bank, and I'd been spending a good bit of time up in the Silicon Valley working with them, but still headquartered down in Los Angeles, and they'd been actually encouraging me to be more local. They said that, we have all these other firms we could work with. We love working with you and your firm, but you're down in L.A. It would sure be great if you could have a local presence. And I said, well, if I were to do that, I'd need you guys to tell me you'd be sending me clients and you'd continue to give me work. And they said they did, and you know what? They delivered on that. So it was a great way to get started.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.